I will not be eating veggie straws again or getting them. I don't even know. This made it into the cart. I don't know how it got here. Never food shop when you're hungry. I used Instacart to get my stuff delivered, but I was hungry. And so I was like, let me just get this. Oh, and it smells so good. You know what? I definitely, Hey guys, it's Zaylee Barkley of ZayleeBarkley.com, and today we are in the kitchen with a lifestyle video. Today I'm sharing something that is near and dear to my heart, and it's something that I've wanted to start sharing for a while. So because I'm an online business owner, this is for business owners on the whole, or just people on the whole who are looking for a better lifestyle. But obviously, because of who I am, I'm thinking about, more on the lines of my business owners, my consultants, my online coaches, and all of those people who are really just suffering from this thing that we just don't talk about enough. So today we are talking about brain fog. And so if you are struggling with staying on track, or feeling distracted, or waking up and just not knowing what you are supposed to do today or what you can be committed to, or if you wake up and sometimes the things that you've planned are just not happening, then this video is for you. It is definitely a deeper cause or a deeper issue, and I'll be sharing so much more of this kind of content because, like I said, it's near and dear to my heart. So I wanted to be sure to just come on and share a few things. If you aren't following me on Instagram, people ask me things like this on Instagram all the time. As a matter of fact, these questions have been popping up for years, right? So it's something that I definitely do want to share. So let's dive directly in. All right, so let me first start with how I really realized what brain fog is, or that I was struggling with it. I lived in New York for 12 years. And so in the last set of that 12 years, I definitely started working for myself solely and really was able to observe my behaviors and understand that I had trouble focusing or I had trouble executing. And I really wanted to change that. So I started researching and doing a bunch of research, and a few things helped with that. Well, working out is definitely one. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that working out is a huge part of what I do to keep my mental health all the way together. So that's definitely one. Another thing that I do is I've definitely eaten better and started taking care of my body in a whole new way. And so that's what I'm going to share about today, because a lot of things we do as people who work from home, we don't think that it affects our productivity or our quality of work. And my quality of work has definitely improved and increased, and my ability to execute and remember things, my cognizance, all of those things have definitely increased because I've been more attentive to what I'm putting inside of my body. Now, I'm not here as the expert. I'm not saying that I'm always on track and all that jazz, but I definitely pay attention to it, especially when I do start feeling sluggish. I ask myself a few really solid questions like, girl, are you meditating? Girl, have you been working out? Girl, have you been eating right? And those things are definitely things that I am really passionate about. So I want to talk about them even more in my content because this is who I am as a person, right? So I start thinking about the things that I'm eating and the things that I constantly ingest. And one of those things is, girl, I just have to bring it to the forefront. It shouldn't even be here, but it says veggie. It says veggie. Honestly, it says veggie straws. Straws are skinny and it's vegetables, which means it works, right? Wrong. If you read what's in there, it's definitely nothing that's great for you. And I think now they even have to say what it is. So it's really potato chips flavored with spinach and tomatoes and all of that stuff. So that's definitely not something that we want to keep putting into our bodies. Not even only veggie straws, but when I talk about that, I mean pasta, bread, those things give you brain fog and you can't focus. You can't think, you can't get up and feel active and energetic and all of those things. Like, you need those things to really communicate with people, or if that's what your job description includes, or create content, your website, like actually do what you're supposed to be doing. I'm just calling, or naming things that come to the top of my head. But you got to think about this seriously. Throw out the breads, throw out the pastas, and there are other alternatives, so don't get too scared. So obviously that falls into sugars and candy and sweets. You gotta cut those things out. Those things are giving you brain fog and they're keeping you back from being your best self. So sugar and candy is guaranteed to give you brain fog. I mean, it's so funny, like even when I'm traveling and speaking, I try to stick to salads and greens because I know that when I get on stage or I'm presenting or whatever it is that I'm doing, I need to be my best. And I cannot be eating all of the things that I like to eat, especially for me, especially when I'm traveling and you get to the airport and you're looking for something to eat. Obviously, there's so many things in airports. It's so crazy. Now we have so many restaurants. There's all of the good stuff. There's a Papa Do's in the Dallas airport. And oh my gosh, I was supposed to mention that before. I moved from New York City over to Dallas, Texas, and I absolutely love it. But coming here and even just working for myself allowed me to reevaluate who I am and how I felt. In the New York City hustle and bustle, I wasn't able to spend time understanding my body and how it felt. But definitely working out and eating better definitely helps me just be more productive and have a better output of the quality of the kind of work that I'm doing. So no sugars, no chips, no bread, no pasta. There's more. Let's continue. Girl is not your friend. I love cheese. I don't really drink milk at all unless I go out and I'm having a milkshake or something. That's a once in a blue moon kind of thing. But definitely cheese and butter are not your friends. They definitely also contribute to brain fog. And when I cut these things out, I feel an immediate change. My energy throughout the day is insane. I mean, these things are really, really things that you need to pay attention to. Now, this one is huge because I know that you wrangle with the Uber Eats app all the time and you don't want to be eating food that is prepared and you don't know what's in there. And MSG is a hidden ingredient that lots of restaurants use, especially Asian restaurants. And so if you eat out a lot, you know that MSG slows you down. And for me, when food has MSG in it, I feel it almost immediately. I get anxious, my heart starts to race, but forget about everything else that I'm supposed to be focusing on because now I'm focusing on the fact that my body does not feel well and it feels like it's shutting down. So MSG definitely contributes to brain fog. If you have felt this way with MSG, let me know down in the comments, but I've definitely felt that. And so I wanted to be sure to share that because the more that you cut out, anytime I cut out eating out, I definitely almost instantly I start dropping weight. I start getting back to myself. So we don't know what's in food when it's prepared outside of our homes. So that's something that we need to pay attention to as well. The last one, friend, is aspartame. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but if you've been watching your weight, you know that is something that we buy the diet sodas and the diet this and the diet that, or we put Splenda into our food. First of all, years ago, I stopped drinking Splenda or stopped consuming Splenda because it really started making me feel sick. So you need to start thinking about what you're putting into your body and understanding what's inside of it. Splenda is an artificial ingredient and you don't want to be using things that just don't play well with your body or play in the way that it's supposed to. And that's something that I want you to keep in mind, right? So those things are things that you need to be on the lookout for. If these things are part of your diet, let me know down below because I know that, let me tell you, and it's easy to loop in and out of this. And this is why I'm like, Zay, make a video about this because people really aren't thinking on the lines of what these things can be doing to your body. And get your body out the way. Yo, if this is keeping me from making more money, then it's a huge problem. And so that brain fog issue, if you're feeling tired, disconnected, girl, you are going through brain fog. Well, possibly. I'm not diagnosing you, girl, because I'm not a doctor. But anytime I start feeling that way, these are things that I start throwing out, right? Now, you want to start thinking also about taking probiotics. And so it's so crazy. Sometimes we take things to get rid of the feeling and we kind of cover things up, but you need to start from the root. So I eat a lot of grains. I eat a lot of quinoa instead of pasta. I eat a lot of proteins, salmon, vegetables, things like that. Like you can fill your palate up with things like that. And sometimes I share on Instagram stories. Whenever you see me me like making lentil soups and really just cleaning everything out, eating more salads, kales, greens that do things for you. You got to think about that. And that's when those supplements that you're taking start working even better. I take CBD for anxiety, but if I'm eating like crap and I'm taking CBD on top of it, I don't feel the effects as much as if I am eating clean. And then I'm taking supplements, whether it's nootropics or nootropics, I always say that word wrong, all of those things, probiotics, vitamins. I feel like I feel them working more when I am also working with my body. So if you feel like you've been really struggling, especially in your business is not an easy thing, girlfriend, at all. We are all still building, we're all still learning, we're all still going through the motions, and I am definitely not at the pinnacle of my business, which I will be, girl, don't worry about it. But we're always building and growing. And so we need to respect our bodies because this is the vessel that is going to take us to the top. So don't just do fad diets and things like that. If you really want to grow and continue on this amazing journey, definitely think about these things that I have shared with you today. In essence, I will not be eating veggie straws again or getting them. I don't even know. This made it into the cart. I don't know how it got here. Never food shop when you're hungry. I used Instacart to get my stuff delivered, but I was hungry. And so I was like, let me just get this. Oh, and it smells so good. You know what? I definitely, I shouldn't be doing this. Veggie straws. Veggies are skinny and straws are skinny, girl. I'm convinced. This is not brain fog in a bag. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed sitting down with me and talking about brain fog because it's something that I just don't see a lot of online, and I feel like it's something that we need to know more about so that we're more productive. I love you guys, and I will talk to you pretty soon. Take care.